You said it all. You said it all, my dear brother. You said it all. Thank you so much.
Just like you guys are, you know.
I know
And
there are a lot of problems with your computer.
oh, I was sitting right here too. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, the whole screen went built. I got a new actually, you know, the computer I'm using now is one that Ash gave me 2 years
In
ago.
2020.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Computer?
kind of put the other one up on a shelf, and I thought, oh, it's seen better days. When you're looking at it, the whole left side of the screen, it's just all white and crackly, and I never did get it fixed.
Wow. What a
You got
blessing.
mad at it and hid it.
No, I think it was more I think it was a default or probably a bad design in the architecture of the actual frame. When you lift, actually cracked the bottom of the frame, so it cracked the inside LED gel component and stuff, and it just, after that, it wouldn't take a good signal.
Can it be repaired?
Probably, but it cost more to repair it than it would. So all I did was just download everything, put it on this computer. Actually, I didn't even download everything. I just took some main files, brought it over, and on occasion I'll go back and open it up and look at some old stuff. But generally, it's just kind of there in case I should have something go belly up. Then I can always use that as a standby.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings to everyone. We are so honored to have you today. This beautiful Thursday, August 31st, the last day of the month in the year 2023. We have awesome agenda items to share with you, and one of our amazing global ambassadors and leader with us here tonight. So I hope you're all ready to listen to us. We're going to start with a signature tune by our very own global ambassador, Sister Lerato Shadare. And Dr. Derek is going to play that signature tune for us. And please let us watch out for all the nonverbal communication as the song plays. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Derek.
ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE, the future of Internet.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Derek. As I suggested, you should look at the nonverbal communication, and the product that feature was O Connect, based on my interpretation and what I saw, and the free products that we're getting from our very able ONPASSIVE. Isn't that a blessing and such an honor as well? Okay, we're moving to the next segment, which is the mindset. And the person who is going to talk to us today, she is that wonderful smiley lady. She will talk to us about choosing a healthy lifestyle. And today it's going to be part 2 because she already talked to us about part 1. Queen Jacqueline Warner is our inspirational speaker today. And the reason why we have to listen to her is because our CEO promised the physical, which is the financial, that we're all anxiously waiting for. But to prepare us for it, Queen JW will give us the other part of it, which is the mindset. Are we ready to hear from her? She's an inspirational speaker. She's an entrepreneur. She's a mom. And she loves being who she is. A global ambassador with Deep Dive, Dream Team, and all the other webinars that she attends. Please let us welcome our one and only Queen JW as she shares part 2 of choosing a healthy lifestyle. Welcome, our Queen. We're so honored to see you, and thank you so much.
Hi, good evening, good evening. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can.
Loud and clear.
Oh, awesome, awesome. I don't need the headset. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, thank you so much, Queen Debbie, for that introduction. It's truly a pleasure to be here with all of you. Thank you, Dr. Derek, most of all, for allowing us to be part of this amazing platform and keeping us abreast and up to date. All the other leaders, Dr. Patience and Dr. John, so amazing, Dr. Benny, and many of them. So thank you so much, especially to the brand ambassadors. We should be excited. It is so amazing. And a special thanks goes out to Mr. Ash Mafara and his family and the amazing team. You know, we got so much to be grateful for. So I'm glad to be sharing this topic. And this is going to be part 2 about choosing a healthy lifestyle. And I know it can be a little difficult because we was brought into this food, you know, this kind of foods we didn't know anything about. Like Dr. Simby would say, they took us from our comfort zone, but they didn't bring the food along with us. And so we end up eating all kinds of foods that probably is not good for our system. But tonight I'm going to focus more on alkaline and acidity, because we need to know, even before we purchase fruits and vegetables and the oils and all, and the nuts and the grains and all that good stuff, we need to know what is good and what is bad. Now our body already has acid already in it. It's naturally forming acid, especially the stomach. It's very acidic because it has to digest the food. And then we have other systems that need the acid also, acid forming foods or acid to take care of the body. So it needs a balance. It needs a hemostasis. So we have to know how to balance our body. And by balancing it, we have to know that we cannot only eat acid forming foods, because the body is not going to be stable. It's going to be unbalanced. So we have to eat alkaline forming foods to balance that system, to help keep it in balance, because the system has already the buffering parts to help buffer and measure the amount of acid and alkaline to keep the body in homeostasis. Now the blood, which is the blood plasma, is supposed to be in a 7.46. Okay, and that keeps our cells and keep our body functioning in good condition. And then we don't have to worry about the diseases and the sickness and all these things that come from an acidic body. If the body is too acidic, it's going to start to break down. So we eat a lot of junk food, or we say, we are vegan and we only saying we're going to eat protein bars, or paleo people that says, oh, we can eat all the meat we want. Any diet, even an alkaline diet, if it's too acidic, you're going to damage your body. Your body is going to break down and you're going to get sick. Okay? And there's a lot of things that comes from that. We got to keep things simple and don't make things difficult, because then we're going to think, oh my God, this is too hard for me to do, to change my diet, to get to the lifestyle that I need to be. No, it's not hard at all. It's what makes it hard that we are so comfortable eating the bad foods. We enjoy them because a lot of them is filled with sugar. And those sugars actually destroy. Like white sugar, they consider it worse than cocaine. So why would we want to feed ourselves something that's worse than cocaine when we look at drug addicts walking the street and say, oh my God, you feel for them. Look at them, they're killing themselves. Well, we are killing ourselves too when we eat acidic foods. Remember, the body has its own acid already that it controls and maintains. But when we overtax or overload the system with these acidics, like refined foods, processed foods, hybrid foods, there's so many different things that we eat that is not good, especially animal products. When the body digests, the last part after the nutrition is taken out, the last part is decide if it's going to be acidic or alkaline. So if you eat an acidic diet, you're only going to get acidic results. And I don't think, just the fact of this saying acidic, it sounds like acid. That means your body is full of acid and it's destroying everything in its path. It's weakening everything. It's weakening your liver, the functioning of your organs. It's just becoming a total mess. You get kidney stones, gallstones. You start breaking down with all these diseases, and then it goes into the extreme, destroying your liver and all those functions of all your body parts. No, we need them. We need them if we want a healthy lifestyle. So we need to include foods that are rich in chlorophyll, because that even, not only that you want to make the body an alkaline body, but you also want to clean it at the same time. So we can build and not kill, but detox the bad foods that's come into our system. And it's not only the air we breathe, there's so much different things. Even stress plays a major role in also when it comes to the acidic. Because if your pH, if your blood plasma is not maintained at 7.46, then we can be in a lot of trouble. And you can get the chlorophyll by smoothies and juices, all those things. If you can't get all the vegetables in your daily meals or in your daily day, just go ahead and do a smoothie. Dr. Derek talks about it. He talks about his morning, how he fill it with nuts and berries. And you put those things in a smoothie. Don't make life difficult or make it and say, well, I can't afford to eat healthy. Yes, we can. We just got to make healthy choices. I know before I said, eat organic. But like one of the brand ambassadors point out, you could go to farmer's market. You can buy vegetables that's grown locally in your community. Because I know a lot of people have gotten together in the community and they have planted where there were open spaces. They plant vegetables. And let me tell you that everybody in the community eats off of that. And they know there's no pesticides in the fruits and vegetables that they're planting. So, you know, there's ways. Don't ever put stumbling block in your path to a healthy lifestyle. Because when you put stumbling blocks, you're blocking yourself and you're destroying yourself at the same time. Just imagine that we go to the store and we're paying our hard-earned money that we work all week, and we're buying stuff to hurt ourselves rather than to build ourselves and keep ourselves healthy. So you got to think of that too. Frozen vegetables, what's the sense of those? They're frozen to death already, so they don't have anything left for us in it. You know, there's not much nutrients left. You know, we talked about the microwave last week. Don't put your food in the microwave. It kills the nutrients. You're eating dead food. It's just like the animals that we're eating. Those are already dead. If we're electrical beings, like I said last week, we need to eat things that electrify our system. You know, when you eat a tomato, a fresh tomato, it makes you feel great. Or the greens, not iceberg lettuce. That is a no-no. But any other lettuce is good for you to eat. You know, your berries, your grains. You know, I can go through many of them. The organic food, you could get it seasonable and at a local produce, so you can avoid pesticides. That's how you can avoid pesticides, because people are saying organic. Yes, organic in the supermarket, you might not know if it's actually organic grown, but usually they have some kind of website where you can go to and go research further. So it's not like it's a one-stop and you can't go any further. There's always some way to research and find out if it's, you can ask the store manager. Sometimes they can be honest, or sometimes they might tell a white lie. But that's the risk we have in life. If you eat too much of anything, you know, there's good and bad in everything. So if you do anything, if you drink too much, you have a problem. Too much alcohol, you have a problem. If you eat too much sugar, you're going to have a problem. So what it's saying, you know, don't overdo, you know, the good, even good and bad. Don't overdo the bad. Don't overdo the good. Okay? Because it can cause a problem. The bad are automatically going to cause a problem. But, you know, some people say, oh, I can't, I've been eating meat all my life, or I eat this and it has, you know, my parents ate it and nothing happened. But don't go on that myth. You know, when you learn to do something the right way, just do it the right way to save yourself the grief, to save your family. You don't want to be sick and be a burden to your family. So we got to think of all these things when choosing a healthy lifestyle, because it really plays a major role in our entire being. You know, it's just not to eat right, but it's to live right and to enjoy the life that God has ordained for each and every one of us, you know? So let's take those things, because like I said, ascetic diet, you can suffer from gallstones, kidney stones, osteoporosis, and other extremely health challenges. Okay? For the body to work right, like I said, you got to maintain a 7.46 pH balance. Now, our body has buffers that can help us. It's carbonic, it's phosphate, protein, plus the carbon dioxide we exhale on a daily basis, and the hydrogen through the kidneys. So we got to think of those buffering systems, because when you put too much of anything, then like for instance, if you put too much of calcium, say calcium, and unfortunately the buffering system has to reach out and say, hey, she need more phosphate. So that phosphate system buffer is going to go and supply something that you really don't need. And it takes the system off balance, and it causes you not to be in homeostasis. So when it comes, your system come overloaded, it can no longer protect the blood from becoming acidic. So you got to keep the blood has to be somewhat alkaline. It cannot be acidic, because then we're just running into problems. Okay? There's a lot of fruits and vegetables that I can talk about that are alkaline. I'm just going to pass through some of them just for you to have an idea. And most of them, you know, like zucchini. These are things that you can eat. Wild arugula, watercress, turnip greens, tomatillo, squash, onions, simple things as that, olives, okra, mushrooms, except for shiitake or shiitake, lettuce, all romaine lettuce you can eat except for iceberg lettuce, kale, garbanzo beans. These are things that you can buy and eat. Dandelion greens, cucumber, plum and cherry tomatoes. There's not every tomato you can eat. They all look beautiful. I know some of them look green and purple, and they probably all have some beneficial, but these are man-made. I forget how they say it, but they crisscross these vegetables. They put them with each other and they come up with these, just like they do with the flowers. So be careful. Chayote, bell peppers, avocado, arami, amaranth. These are some of the vegetables that you can eat, and you can find them. If you can't, they're not difficult to find at all. And you can make a meal. The fruits, tamarind, soursop, Caribbean or Latin, okay, soft jelly coconut, the raisins, they have to be seeded, prunes, make sure they are seeded, prickly pear, plums, pears, peaches, papaya is a superfood, orange, but Seville, it says Seville and sour apple. The oranges are hard to find, but they must be seeded. Melons, mango, limes, but key limes, and they must be seeded. Grapes, figs, dates, currants, cherries, and cantaloupe, and berries, and bananas. The very small bananas, or the ones grown in your backyard, or burro, those are the bananas to eat, because let me tell you, bananas and potatoes can be slightly acidic. So you have to watch your intake of bananas. Herbs, use pure sea salt, onion powder instead of black pepper, you know, and basil. These are the herbs that you can use. Anything else, you are taking a risk, okay? Herbal teas, red raspberry, ginger, fennel, elderberry, chamomile, and burdock, sweet and date sugar. Grains, wild rice. Wild rice is so delicious. I have ate it several times. It's very nutty, and it's delicious. I know that for sure. Teff, spelt, you can make your own bread. It doesn't take no yeast and all that. I just put some water and I made it, and that was delicious. Quinoa, kumut, fonio, and amaranth. There's also seasonings that you can use, like thyme and tarragon and sweet basil, savory, sage, pure, again, sea salt, powdered or granulated seaweed, oregano, onion powder, habanero, dill, cloves, cayenne, bay leaf, basil, achiote. So there's a lot of these things that I talked about or relate back to you that you can find in the supermarkets, and there's no reason for us not to use the right things to help us to maintain an alkaline diet, because we cannot continue to poison the body that God has loaned unto us, and then wonder why we're suffering from cancer and hypertension, which is not a disease in itself. It's just a dysfunction or deficiency of nutrients, basically. But when you don't know, better, you can't do better. And so these are just little tips to help us to choose in a healthier lifestyle. You don't have to, because everything is by choice. But let me tell you, if you want to enjoy the apples that's coming our way, if you want to help Ash Mafara to uplift humanity, you will want to do that. If you want to be around for your children and your grandchildren and your great grandchildren, you will want to do that, you know. And if you want to help your brothers and sisters, you're going to want to have a healthy lifestyle. If you want longevity, you're going to want to live that healthy lifestyle. So to choose that healthy lifestyle. So let's remember that acidic and alkaline, there must be a balance. One, you can't have an acidic body and not alkaline. Then you just open yourself to many sicknesses and diseases. Okay? The things that you should eat. Don't eat a lot of junk food. Junk food is not going to help you. Processed food, all those cold cuts and all those different things that we like, even stuff that shell food, that we should not be eating that at all. You know, God talks about it in the word. Shellfish, lobster, shrimps, those things we shouldn't eat. I know it's hard because they taste good, but they are no good. That's the bad part. They taste good, but they are no good. So even me, I love shrimp, I love lobster, I love crabs, I love seafood. But let me tell you, I have to take myself away from them because I want longevity. I want prosperity. I want to be around for my grandkids and my grandchildren because I put in the order. So I got to look forward to it, but I got to help. I got to do something about it. Each and every one of us is responsible for choosing our lifestyle. And I mean, if you love the lifestyle the way it is, and you go in the supermarket, you're not reading your labels, you're not doing anything, you're just packing your shopping cart with stuff that's going to kill you, then go ahead, it's a choice. So I thank you for your listening ear. I hope you take some of this information to heed or put it into practice to help ourselves. I know I am, because it's disease. Too much people are dying and falling sick. I can see the ones who live their rightful life and they die. That's okay, because God has accepted them home. It's time for them to come home. But not we young people and people just immaturely dying for no reason at all. One of my business partners, her cousin just fell out on the table just like that, dead, leaving 5 children behind. So we got to take heed. It's not just only to live the lifestyle or be there for the apples. It's for us to live good lives and healthy lives. So let's make that choice in choosing a healthy lifestyle. So thanks again. Enjoy the webinar. Thank you, Queen Debbie. Thank you, Dr. Derek, Dr. Benny, and Dr. Patience, and Dr. John. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Queen JW. We appreciate you. Now I know what I have to eat and what not to eat. I hope we can really share your segment of the presentation, because people may want to listen to it and figure out how to practice, and I'm one of those. I'll have to listen to this so I can make some notes. I was making notes, but it got to this point where I decided to pay attention. And I was giggling because there was a question in the chat from Dr. Patience. How about Njanga? You have to be from a particular part of the world to know what that means. So I'll pass it over to Dr. Benny. I see she has her hand up. And then Dr. Benny, over to you.
Oh, Manjanga. Anyway, sorry. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie, for giving me this opportunity. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Dr. Derek. Thank you. I just want to thank each and everyone attending this webinar this evening. I appreciate you all. But before I proceed, Queen Jackie, I would say astonishing, inspirational speech, even though I do have a question. before I do that, I want to take this moment to really thank our Heavenly Father for bringing you and I together, all of us together. If it wasn't for him, I would not be here to even see my brother Jeffrey. Are you kidding me? I want to thank our Heavenly Father also for bringing our CEO, our one and only visionary. He decided to share his vision to you and I. And that is why I am here with you all. Sister Clementine. Yes, sister. Thank you so much for coming, Sister Clementine. I appreciate you. Queen Jackie, despite the fact that I love everything, but I'm shocked that you say we should not eat frozen food. I mean, if I go to Giant, you're telling me that I should not even go and buy my spinach from Giant? The frozen spinach is not real? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not saying it's not real, but you're not getting the nutritional value of the frozen vegetables. So it's best to get, if you think of it too, Dr. Benny, it's best to get fresh than frozen.
That means I spend all my money.
And spinach, remember, spinach has a lot of uric acid. You have to be so careful for some of these foods. Some of them is very acidic.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So are you telling me that I should throw all my food now? I need money.
Buy the fresh spinach, or you could grow it in your garden. I grew it in my garden. And it's much, when you grow the things in your garden, you would not believe the taste and the texture and the concentration of the vegetables that come from your garden. Totally tastes different.
Oh, man. And then you say we should not eat shrimp? No shrimp?
No, they're not good.
Even though it's fresh, I should not eat?
They clean the bottom of the ocean. They are cleaners. They're scavengers. Lobster is the big cockroach of the ocean. They're not good. I know they taste good. Let me tell you, I love seafood, but I have to give it up too.
To tell you the truth, I really want to thank you. I want to thank Dr. Derek for real for this webinar. I am learning. You see me crying, right? That I have my fresh.
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. No, I know.
I have everything there, but now I have to go and throw it because again, shrimp. You don't want me to eat my shrimp. Jesus. Anyway, Dr. Derek, I'm not gonna lie to you. Thank you. I'm thanking you because I know that you are raising your hands up to say something about my shrimp. Man. Anyway, thank you, Queen Jackie.
You're welcome.
I raised my hand purposely because of the shrimp. Do you know how expensive it is? So I will never spend my money again. Thank you.
You don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. Thank you, Queen JW.
No problem.
Dr. Derek! Wow, you never raised your hand. This must be a serious one. Proceed, Dr. Derek. Thank you.
Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our global ambassadors. And thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Wonderful, wonderful. And of course, my respects to King Jeffrey in the house. Yes, Dr. Benny, I have to speak to you about the crab and the shrimp and the lobster. Dr. Benny, one question. Would you eat jankro?
What is jankro?
Oh, sorry, that's an island name. Would you eat raven?
I don't know what it is. I've never seen
raven?
It. No,
what you call it? Queen Debbie. Stop the laughing.
What, pig?
Queen Debbie, stop the laughing. What you call it in India, in Africa? Queen Debbie, what you call it? You know what I'm talking, you know, because you travel. So what you call it in Africa? Unmute. You have to unmute though. What you
Raven,
call?
I think where they chop that bad chop no mommy. Raven. Ew.
Huh? You tell
Ew,
her
we
what you
don't,
call it?
no, Dr. Benny knows what I'm talking about, but we don't eat it. I wouldn't eat it.
Okay. Why you don't eat it?
Ow. Ew.
Why you don't eat it?
It's unhealthy. To me, it's unhealthy because of its diet.
Yes. Why? Why? Why?
Because what it
Eat on
eats,
dead people.
raven leaves feet of carcasses of animals.
Yes.
And
Here you go. So it's a scavenger. Okay. Basically, bottom line, it's a scavenger. And so you have scavenger for the birds, you have scavenger for the fishes, and you have scavenger for the land animals. So we just don't eat, really and truly, we're not to eat anything that is a scavenger.
like here,
Straight.
hyenas.
Straight. Why would you eat a scavenger? And that's the bottom line. So shrimps, lobster, crab, you know, I used to eat those things, but I didn't know better. Didn't know better. Didn't have the right mindset. There you go. Didn't have the right mindset. And so I used to partake. Used to love it. Used to actually go crab bush, especially after rain. After it rain, the crab them flood out. After it rain. So them don't have no house to run into. And you catch them like and put in your crocus bag. And you go home with that. But didn't know better. Didn't have the right mindset. So people, we put the correct oil. None of us sitting here that have a car would ever put a 2-stroke engine oil in our 4-stroke or 6-stroke engine car. None of us would do that. None of us would do that. None of us would put kerosene oil in our gas tank. None of us will do that. Because we know the car will not perform properly. But yet still, we put kerosene oil in our bodies and expect it to operate properly. Start get the mindset, the proper mindset. Because without the proper health, as Ash said, I think it's still in the ecosystem on the updates. If you don't have the right health, there's no wealth. Because when there's no health, it's a bad thing. All the money in the world, yes, you can pay your hospital bill with ease, but you're not going to enjoy. You're not going to enjoy. Let us have the right mindset. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Really appreciate. Take care. Look a bit.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Derek, and thank you to our guest, King, Brother Jeffrey. We've kept you waiting because we wanted to get everyone's mindset, and Dr. Benny has just made everybody realize that we've all been eating junk. But it's good to learn, and it's better late than never. So, Brother Jeffrey, we all know who you are, and anyone who doesn't know who you are, raise your hand. If you don't know who Brother Jeffrey is, raise your hand. Yes, Dr. Benny, you don't know who he is? Tough luck. Brother Jeffrey is here today. He will talk to us about the importance of ONPASSIVE, its mission, and how it will affect founders and the world. So at this stage, we're just going to pass the microphone over to our brother to inspire us with what he has to share. Over to you, Brother Jeffrey. We're so glad to see your smiley face.
Yay! I'm loving this. You know, Jacqueline, you had me going. You really, really did. And this was an added benefit for me being here because you resound what I tell people all the time. And it's good to see that you've backed that up, And if I can before we hit the main topic, if I can talk just a little bit about that. I mean, the seafood, Jacqueline, that you talked about, and I love. It'll be okay, Dr. Benny. You'll be all right. I've never seen anybody cry because they can't eat shrimp, but you know what? There's a first, right? But anyway, the reason Jacqueline was saying this, you know, calling it scavengers, she and Dr. Derek, and it is for that reason, because they're bottom feeders and they eat the pollution. I mean, they're the ones that take in the heavy metals, the lead, the stuff that is absolutely bad for us, and you don't want it in there. And when she talked about the pH in our systems, right? And pH is, it's what we use to measure the acidity and alkalinity within the system, right? And that can really screw us up when it's out of balance. But she said something that is very, very important. So I'm going to repeat that. When she said moderation, moderation in everything that we do is key, right? We want balance. And that's obviously, as she had indicated, a very biblical principle as well. There is one other thing I would certainly point out, and that's also to be watchful for stress. Stress can do some same nasty things to you. When we're under stress continually, our body's maintaining what we call fight or flight response status, right? Where the central nervous system is telling all the energy resources, go to your arms and legs and go to the extremities, get ready to run, right? Because you're under, long story short, you don't have energy for digestion and for living and creation and that sort of thing. And it does that by releasing all sorts of nasty little hormones like epinephrine and cortisol and stress hormone, adrenaline. The stuff's bad for you. You don't want to stay there. She also mentioned that the journey, I love the way that you were talking about, you can make changes quickly, Jacqueline, and that is, you were talking about the journey, saying, you know, a lot of folks, oh, well, I can't afford this, or I don't have access to this. We really do, as Jacqueline, you have said, we really do have that kind of access. And the journey to the better health that you're talking about, I mean, we all start from wherever we are, right here, right now, right? And like the journey of 1,000 miles, it begins with that single step. Now, there's a huge difference between 1,000 miles and starting a step by eating better. And that's that the first time that you do that, the first time you make up your mind, I'm not going to eat any more scavenger carcasses, or I'm not going to eat, you know, these things that are canned up for 5 years or stuff like that, and you switch over to a healthy, organic, more, I love it when you said alive, food that's alive. I mean, you put that on a mass spectrometer and you can see life in these things. When you go there and you start eating that, that change is immediate. So start now. Sorry, Dr. Benny. Start now. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there, and thank you, Jacqueline. I certainly do appreciate that. And I appreciate you weighing in on that too, Dr. Derek. Thank you so very much. Tonight, I think, you know, I loved when Deb got a hold of me. She said, hey, what do you think would be a good topic? And I thought, wow, you know what? We're in such a state of change and a state of anticipation within ONPASSIVE lately, with everything going on, that we're culminating. We're right up on a precipice. We're about to go over that top, right? As soon as O Connect goes live, bang, I mean, we are off to the races. I am sure, like myself, many of you here are just loving life and living in a very excited way. So the importance of ONPASSIVE is something that kind of welled up in me, and I thought, wow, you know, if we take a step back and we look at what ONPASSIVE has been doing, and kind of in a nutshell lay out the reasons why it's important and why we want to be a part of it, then I think that it would probably be a good thing, because that will help us to understand, once we are able to subscribe to a product and we see these see the commissions coming in, these apples coming in, as you had mentioned, Jacqueline. Incidentally, ONPASSIVE is going to give you seeded apples, so they're going to grow more apples for you. But once we do that, then we'll have a better understanding, I think, if we can keep our mindset on the core philosophy, and that'll help guide us moving forward in how we're going to be doing things. So right off the top, I mean, ONPASSIVE, it's a company that is it's seeking to restore dignity, and in doing that, lift the human condition. We've heard that. We say, hey, ONPASSIVE is all about lifting humanity, which is exactly what that means. It means lifting the human condition from its current state to a higher state. And in doing this, we can also say, you know, that ONPASSIVE has a corporate philosophy that actively promotes the global abundance and the human connection in conjunction with their philosophy of doing what's right because it's right, and lifting the human condition through that connection and through that abundance. And the philosophy that ONPASSIVE has undergirds everything that ONPASSIVE is. So earlier, you know, before we even started recording, I made a comment, something like, it is good to see in the various webinars lately how everything seems to be around the central core of ONPASSIVE's ability and desire, and it's a manifestation of a culture that is all aimed at doing what's right, thinking of others, putting them first, and lifting humanity around the world. So, I mean, I thought to myself, wow, what better way to start out than showing that, because ONPASSIVE is, and it's clearly articulated, its philosophy is articulated in what we call a vision statement. And we've got a vision statement, but strangely enough, I don't see that pop up a lot. It was actually something back in maybe the first part of 2019, perhaps maybe beginning of second quarter, somewhere in there. Don't hold me to that. It's been a while, but I remember where I was, and I remember where I was actually sitting when I spoke with Ash for about 45 minutes, and we were talking specifically about his vision for the company. At that time, we had just crossed the 2018-2019 barrier. We were going gangbusters. Everything was in a state of flux, and we were starting to feel some momentum. And I said, wow, what exactly are we trying to do here? Because we started out over here, and now we're going here, and now it's, you know, anybody's guess where we're going. But I ended up taking about a page and a half of handwritten notes, and the vision statement came from a boiled down version of those notes. And, you know, as a side note, the ONPASSIVE logo, that was about the same time we talked about what the logo meant, and I came out with that graphic that pictured the logo and explained what the globe meant, what the V meant, you know, what the little dot meant, what the squares meant, because there's meaning behind all of it. And I'm saying all this to say it's all by design. This isn't something that just happened. It was designed, and he knew this vision long before we ever got into the thick of where we are now. So I wanted to read that particular vision statement, and I want you to just think about what it says, because it says, ONPASSIVE is the ultimate, complete, and unique digital marketing platform that ensures everyone succeeds regardless of their background or ability, by offering the simplest environment with the highest standards and the most value while sustaining the benefits of a global stimulus plan. Now, that's a mouthful. And if you break that down and look at, okay, what's a stimulus? For those that are unsure, a stimulus is an incentive to stimulate economic growth. And that's exactly what the entirety of ONPASSIVE is all about, starting economically with the founders, lifting us up into success and bringing us into abundance, right? And as we can see by this vision, it defines the expected outcome of ONPASSIVE's journey, namely a complete platform to ensure our success and providing the most value and benefits. So that's where we're headed. That's where we've always been headed. And it does this in a varying 2 or 3 different ways, I guess. First of all, I guess it would provide cutting edge technologies on a state-of-the-art platform, right? It's got to have something that we can use, and this platform is going to have whatever is needed to successfully manage an online presence, whatever that means for us, right? I mean, that can be anything from gaining memberships and audiences like on social media to manifesting wealth and abundance, which we're all looking for, right? It also does it by helping us to discover our own passion, our personal passions through its culture, its products, and its services, which is to say that, I mean, eventually we're going to have all the resources they offer in the digital ecosystem and even beyond, because, you know, we've got other legs of ONPASSIVE with the innovation labs and the data centers and physical manufacturing plants and things like that. But everything is going to be available to help us not only determine what our passion is in life, but the means and the resources to put that passion into action for the benefit of our families, our communities, and it even gives us an ability to expand our reach for that passion out globally. So in this way, when we talk about having 1.4 million active founder accounts, which translates, I'm sure, into, I don't know, 800,000, maybe 1 million actual founders spread out through the globe, that is quite a net. That is quite a reach, right? And it also does this, ONPASSIVE also helps us to do all of this and to lift humanity by providing its members with a means to abundance and by encouraging a culture of blessing others through that abundance, right? Through our own abundance and through our own growth. And it encourages us to put others before self and by sharing what we have. And the whole point is it's built on passive to be able to provide to us, the founders, and by extension, the new users and resellers after we launch, with the means and abundance to lift ourselves into a very good position, a very successful position. And once we surpass that mark and we have excess, then it encourages us to give to those around us who are less fortunate to, or less fortunate than we are, and we lift them to our level, which is exactly what Ash has said. Hey, I want everybody to enjoy the life that I'm enjoying, and that's why he wants to create so many millionaires. But it's not just millionaires. Excuse me. If you heard Dr. Bill talk this morning, he talked a little bit about wealth and how many new millionaires there were in the last 10 years. They doubled. And in some cases, depending on what you're looking at, what the stats are, they were 4 and 5 times as many wealthy people in the last 10 years as previously. And Ash is looking to blow that out of the water. Now, having said all this, there is one quote that I really love from Mr. Mufara as well. And I'll kind of shut it down, shut my portion of this down with that. And the quote was one that he made in October of 2020. And he said, "You pay and you own the world." That's it. That's what ONPASSIVE is. Everything you need to communicate, to learn, to educate, to earn, to connect with the world, to promote your business, to any activity that goes around your daily life, today's life, it's already in ONPASSIVE. And once you make that payment, that light goes on. And he's talking about as soon as we open up with O Connect and it goes to the world and we subscribe, that turns on the machinery, right? The AI, the digital ecosystem of ONPASSIVE with all the traffic and all the finance and everything. And it gets that machine working for you, for us and for the world, for the reason of lifting humanity eventually and ultimately. And it will never stop. It will continue to grow, it will continue to develop, and it will continue to lead the way. So that's why we're so important, because we are the only company that I know of in the world doing what's right because it's right, and taking out the greed and taking out the corruption and taking out the things in business that are not good and do not promote human life. And we are making something big and bold and brave, and we are the future. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time here this evening, and I will turn the floor back over to whoever you have next. Thank you.
Wow, Brother Jeffrey, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. This is, I don't even know where to begin. You pay and you own the world.
You know, something that really strikes me is you go back, and the more you look at some of the things that Mr. Mufara has said to us, almost, you know, just by way of who he is, the meaning becomes so much more clear, and there's so much more depth to what he's saying. That's one of the reasons why I love to just sit back and listen to him when he goes on his rants or his tirades, or what I call it, he waxes philosophical with us. And for hours, he talks life lessons, and he talks things underneath where people don't really get at sometimes, you know, about what drives us and what makes us human. And when he starts to pull these things out of us so that we understand it and we get a bigger picture, you know, life is good. ONPASSIVE, the whole mission of ONPASSIVE is to build you up so that you can build up those people around you. It's to lift the entire world and to do what's right because it's right. That's been from day one. It's been modeled for us every day since, and I am very, very sure with everything going on, it will continue to be modeled just like that. And if we can just get that and understand, like Mike Williams says, stop majoring on the minor stuff. Like Jacqueline said, hey, the apples are going to be there. Focus on good health. Focus on good habits. Focus on those things that are good. You know, biblically, I mean, they say, focus on those things that are true and excellent, of good report. Think on those things. And that's exactly what the message has been with ONPASSIVE through Ash Mufara since we started. And I'm sure a lot of you can voice that same message, and you live that same message. And again, I'm going to shut up.
No, you don't have to shut up. We just love when you share, because you have so much to share, and you have so many hungry ears, you know, to receive what you're sharing. So if you have anything further, please, I will say I'll stop and you continue, unless you think you want to take a break. And if
I could keep right on talking. I mean, man alive, I could go back and steal Jacqueline's thunder. She was so right on. I really do hope that you share what she said, because she is spot on. And folks, it's not hard to change. It's not. You just you've got to make up your mind to do it. That's all. And that first step, there's so many things. It takes lots of steps before you notice something, but I will guarantee you, it's like Jacqueline said, if you will start and you will start eating more fresh, get away from the meats, you know, I mean, that's me. I don't eat meat. I stopped eating meat a while back. The water I drink is a distilled water because there's no pH in it, and it does some good things. She's spot on. So I really hope that you can get that her speech, her talk in, and let people hear that, because that's a good jumping off point. You know, she's not abrasive about it. What she's doing is she's going, hey, listen, this is something we all need to do, because look at the state of affairs in the world. Look at what is happening. And when you start really doing a deep dive on the food industry, oh my, be prepared, be prepared, because you're going to have some sleepless nights. Dr. Benny, I hope you keep a box of tissues, because if you think it's bad news about the shrimp, oh girl, you start looking at you know, GSMs and glutamates and just, oh, it can get bad quick. But moderation, I loved it. I love when she said moderation.
Thank you, Brother Jeffrey. That's just outstanding. Oh my goodness, thank you. You know, we can listen to you talk all night, but I know there's so many hungry lips out there dying to ask you questions. So I would say this is time for questions and discussions. If you have any questions, thank you, Dr. T. If you have any questions for Brother Jeffrey, or if you heard what Queen JW said earlier in her mindset, and you have a question for her, this is the right time to please raise your hand and have your question clarified. Thank you so much, and Dr. Benny, over to you.
Oh my, Queen Debbie. Well, thank you so much. I will say a remarkable presentation. Our one and only, my brother Jeffrey. Thank you. I just want to take this moment to thank you for accepting our invitation. We appreciate you. We love you more than you love yourself. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Brand Ambassador Mumudu, please unmute yourself and share us your excitement, or if you have any question regarding this topic. Please proceed, brother.
Yes, good evening to you all, my beautiful queens, kings, and my beloved global ambassadors. Thank you very much, Mr. Jeff. You nail it, as my sister always said. Queen JW, that's another one. That's why I'm getting younger every day, because every day I learn new things and I change my bad habits. Because I want to live older than my dad. My dad was 110 before he passed. That's my challenge. Thank you very much. You know, I don't have nothing to say, but just to acknowledge and appreciate you all. And to also share with you all that tonight at 11 o'clock, there is an update in our back office for a meeting at 11. So I want you all to check your back office at the top dot live at 11 o'clock tonight. That's what I just want to share with you all. Thank you and God bless you. I'm busy at work, as you all know.
You know, we know that. Thank you so much, Brother Mumudu, for sharing your thoughts. We appreciate you and we love you. Thank you. Are you guys ready for All Connect? Oh, Connect! Oh, Connect! Ah, sorry. All right. Brother Victor, please unmute yourself and share us your excitement. Well,
oh, my brothers and sisters, my family in ONPASSIVE from all over the world. I am super excited. I am super excited because the time has come. Rise high and fly. We are all going to live the high life because of one man who listened to the command of the Creator, one man, Mr. Ash Mufara. Now, I just want to say this. My favorite reference book, and it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, people think, oh God, I gotta love my neighbor. But the emphasis is on love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you cannot love your neighbor. And ONPASSIVE has taught us how to love ourselves. He said, even when it comes to apples, he's taking it from the spiritual to the emotional to the physical. When he says, when the apples come, look after yourself first. When you've looked after yourself, you can then look after your neighbors. So he's following a biblical principle. We must, and Mr. Mafara, over the past 5 years, he has taught us how to look at ourselves, enjoy ourselves, and see our self-worth arise. People who never said a word, people who had low esteem of themselves, they are rising up. They're learning how to love themselves, and they are coming out and they are sharing that love. So I just see, as I said, my favorite reference book says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So we are loving ourselves here tonight. We are loving ourselves. We're learning about the diet. Now, look at it. We're living longer. And so what is that? If you want to live longer, then you've got to take care of yourself. And what is it? Take care of what you put in, the food that you put in. Sorry, Dr. Benny, I can see your eyes say, you got to look after your food. What are you putting in? And eat the food that will allow you to live longer. Live longer. And when you live longer, you can then share that joy of life with your neighbor, with your brother, with your sister, with your offspring. So smart. Clap for me, Dr. Benny. Clap. Yes, because we will live longer. And I know yesterday, I was 76. So, and I want to live longer. I want to live longer. And I am going to eat well. I'm going to learn how to look after my physical body. And then I'm looking after my mental, my emotional body, and then I'm looking after my spiritual body. So I'm looking after all three different levels of expression, 3 different levels of development, 3 different levels that I've got to take care of. And I believe each and every one of us has to do the same thing. We will do it in our own way, but the principle is the same. You look after your spirit, soul, and body. It's just the three areas of expression, 3 areas of life. We've all got to do it. So I am honored to be able to share these few words with you. And as I say, up and above, rise and fly, because we are over the top. Good day, and God bless you all.
Oh my goodness, bro. Is it because you are not eating my type of food?
I love shrimp, but the key word there is moderation. So if I eat shrimp the first of the month, I won't eat them again till the last of the month. So, it's moderation. I don't overdo anything.
Okay. But happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much for, I should say, supporting Deep Dive. We appreciate you coming here a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, go ahead. Unmute, sweetheart.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. I'm so sorry, but like King Victor said, moderation, okay? So don't feel so bad. You can still eat it, okay? I just want to congratulate King Jeffrey Morlock. Thank you so much, sir, for reminding us of the vision of ONPASSIVE and how everything is by design. Because I see Ash sometimes say, he didn't know he was going to get where he's at today. He didn't know. But you know what? He just kept on. He had that do or die mentality. And that is so amazing. And those things are transforming or transferring onto us. Like Victor said, and like Jeffrey said, he's restoring us. He's restoring the 1.4 million founders. If we don't see it, we are being transformed every day. And thanks to these amazing webinars, you know what I have to say, Dr. Not saying that the other webinars, like, you know, what's his name? You can't say nothing about Mr. DeGarmo, Marty. You cannot say nothing, okay? He is there, and Lynn and Rob. But let me tell you, the ones that's teaching us and bringing the things that we need is Deep Dive and Dream Team. They telling us everything we need from our financial, make sure our mindset is in the right place, everything we need. Dr. T, Ford, Bring It Every, Jeffrey, all of them, Mike Ellis, all of them, they are teaching us. We are being restored. You hear me already? If we don't realize it, we better start realizing it, because that's how we're going to grow. That's how we're going to, like Mr. Jeffrey said, or King Jeffrey said, why are we here on Passive? Why are we here? And he's saying if we figure that out, we will know the way we need to go. We will know the things we need to do. We will know what we want to do in order to uplift humanity. So, you know, thank you so much, sir. And, you know, I'm going to keep that. You didn't look great just to look great. You are following the laws of the Most High. So keep up the good work. Keep up your good health. Keep up, like you said, emotional, your spiritual, and your physical. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you, Dr. Benny. I appreciate you. Thank you, King Jeffrey. Come again. We appreciate you.
Oh, my. Queen Jackie, you know you smile just like me, right?
Yes, me, girl.
Well, as we all know that they say that ONPASSIVE is owned by God.
Yes, indeed.
Well, it is, because I mean, then what he did was that he chose someone.
Yes.
And that person decided. He accepted it with all his mind. He did.
Yes, indeed.
And that is why he stated that either I do or I die.
Amen.
I will just embrace him and say, brother, thank you.
I'm telling you, the day going to come, Dr. Benny. The day is going to come. I think he's going to have to run when he sees us coming.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
This is the only webinar that I'm playing here. Do you guys know that I feel so comfortable being here? Thank you, Dr. Derek. I feel so comfortable. Brother Jeffrey, this webinar, I feel one person who has a problem for 2 good hours. Is there anybody that can do such a thing? Dr. Derek is the only one that I know in this world that can sit and say, okay, yeah, do it this way. Yeah. Dr. Derek, thank you. Anyway, let me proceed. Brand Ambassador, Brother Joseph, please
before you unmute Joseph, there is a meeting tonight at 11.
Yes.
Eastern Daylight Time.
Yes, please.
And so stand by.
Oh yes, you bet. That is when I'm going to scream more and more. All right, Brother Joseph, are you ready? Please unmute yourself, man, and share us your excitement.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. Thank you, Grand Ambassador King Jeffrey. Thank you, Grand Ambassador JW. Those presentations were awful, wonderful. And Dr. Benny, you've always said, let us talk to God who owns ONPASSIVE. Well, like shrimps on Janga, God said, don't eat them. It's not man, it's not us, it's not JW. God himself says, those are scavengers, don't eat them. And if we have to correct corruption, God himself says, be in the world, but don't be part of the world. So we have to start learning to get out of those things. I will be very blunt. There is nothing about being moderate with scavengers. You can be moderate with all the others. When it comes to scavengers, they are poisonous in your system. So that is, I just wanted to come with that we should be very careful, that if we want to be moderate with eating with scavengers, we are going to continue eating them. But God says, don't eat them. It's not from me, it's not from science, it's from God. And if we are trying to correct corruption, God is the one using us to correct corruption. And we have to show the world that it is bad going that route. So thank you so much. I just wanted to add to that. Thank you so much.
Oh my. Thank you so much, Brother Joseph. Okay, I will try. I will not eat it again. Thank you. Even though I'm crying. It's delicious. But I won't eat it. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm here. I just want to thank you all. I'm learning. All right. Brand Ambassador, our one and only Dr. Pad. Please unmute yourself, sweetheart.
Oh my goodness, sorry, I'm behind the camera. I'm just cracking when Joseph was saying, because I wanted to come and say there's something that will have to kill a man, and Janga is my own. My father is 80 years, has no comorbidity, has no diseases, and eats Janga every day. Because as a Cameroonian, we know Janga is that spice that will put in everything. So anyway, in JW, wonderful presentation. I put some full screen images on the chat. I've done a lot of tomatoes is acidic, and nightshade plant, we should think about it. We've done a lot of this, but this platform is educative. And somebody called me the other day that I need my team needs a platform that they can learn. And it looked like deep dive, the time was not conducive. And I was asking, can I start my own meeting? I said, yes, you can start if you think that is conducive. And all the leaders here, you can always invite us and we'll come and be with you. We are one family, one ONPASSIVE family. And King, Brother Jeffrey has shared that. And now I know all your secrets, all of you that are old and looking like 20-year-old. King Jeffrey, I know your secret now. You don't eat you are not a carnivore. There's some of we, that protein where they take an liquid, so no waka, we need that meat for drag and wow. So I know the secret now. I see everybody that is old but looking young. I know what your secrets are. You're not eating scavenger, you're not eating dead food, but something has to kill a man. So choose your poison and do it in moderation. No, don't take my advice, please. Don't. We have to be healthy to really do the work that I always say that we are brought into ONPASSIVE not through our own fruition. It was a calling, and we have a mandate. And thank you guys for this teaching. And I see King Jeffrey added on the teaching and also reminding us on ONPASSIVE vision and mission and all those things. I think we have to be healthy to be able to do it. But anyway, we'll take baby steps. Don't just get up today and say you're not going to eat meat. Do it gradually, okay? And eventually, before you know, you win yourself. Just like when we win a baby, we don't just get up and say, today, no breast milk for you. We do it gradually. So don't feel bad, because if you want to just get up and do something like you can fail instead. Make smart goals and take one step at a time. Instead of 1 teaspoon Janga, come to half a teaspoon. Bring it down to maybe 0 teaspoon of Janga. But hey, then Janga, it'll be easier for we Cameroonian, but we'll work towards that. We'll work towards that. And Brother Jeffrey, every time you talk, and you and Michael Williams, I always say that thank God there's no more founding position. I would have been getting myself into trouble. But we are blessed and we are really, really appreciative. When you come to this platform, we really appreciate it because you bring a lot of wisdom and knowledge to us. Now I know all of your secrets. I see why I'm looking older than you people, because I eat the wrong things. So, Queen Benny, we'll work together and make sure we eat the right things, right? To keep our body in alkaline state, as Queen JW have said. We'll try. We'll stay out of the acidic food and stay in alkaline, but we'll work on that Janga. It's so hard. That Janga is going to be tough, but we'll get there. Thank you, King Jeffrey. And I just wanted to talk about the meeting, but King Derek have said it. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. More surprise it. More boom boom. The top, right? Let's join and see what our CEO have for us. I think it's great things. And I'm just excited to be back. I've been out for a long time. I'm not 100% back, but hopefully by the weekend, I'm feeling stronger as the days are going. I'll be back with my energetic self, showing my so funny face or not. Try to smile like Dr. Benny, hopefully. But we're so excited to be at this point in our life. Let's not spend money on being in the hospital every day. It's not funny. We want to be able to go around and really go to those villages when they need our help. So to do that, we have to be healthy. So thanks for giving us this mindset. Put the guilt in us all the time. Hopefully my village people will not make that cow look like vegetable. Hopefully. But that's what I'm working against, my village people. Thank you. For those that knows what I'm saying, they know. Thank you all for all what you're doing. And I will not stop with, before I go, let me say thank you to my mama comic. Thank you for being that coordinator that you bring all the great minds to us to come and share. I know you now, you're doing it across multiple platforms, trying to get most of the founders to get this word of wisdom from people that saw the vision right in 2018, like Brother Jeffrey. You're bringing them to all these platforms. Thanks for all you're doing. We really appreciate your hard work. And Dr. Derek, thanks for the angle that you've taken this to get us prepared, not only mentally, financially, physically, health-wise, your total health, holistic preparation of the ONPASSIVE journey. Thank you. And I see Barack Kumaran just wrote the 8 free doctors. I say it all the time, but I am working on getting all my 8 on every day. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Queen Dr. Pat. But how about Nkandakao? And
anything I come out cow skin. Na cow.
Dr. Benny just.
Wala na kanda o na bele o na cow.
intestine to cow.
I don't even get there.
Wala na kanda o na bele o na cow. So sorry. Sorry, they say we can speak any language in ONPASSIVE, so we're trying to speak the language that Dr. Benny will understand to get her out of this. Brother Jeffrey, she's asking for different part of the. Sorry, she's asking about different part of the cow. That what about this different parts? I say all is part of the cow. Anyway, we'll work towards that, and eventually that achu soup will just be with mushroom. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Brand Ambassador Dr. John, please proceed.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Wow. I mean, this is one of the really short but powerful sessions that we've had here. Brother Jeffrey, thank you. I am always inspired when you come and talk because 1, you speak from the heart, and 2, you also bring a lot of experience. Thank you very much for really reminding us what the ONPASSIVE vision is and how our CEO has stayed true to that vision during the course of this journey. We really appreciate the fact that you are able to sacrifice your time to really come to these platforms and pull a lot of us along with yourself. And my sister, Queen JW, I just realized that I'm catching like the tail end of a 3-part series. So I'm going to have to go back and pick some of the others. Not that most of what you're saying is new to me. I've just along the way pretended not to hear it, to my disadvantage, obviously. But thank you for really bringing that back and sharing, really giving us the opportunity to reflect and see really what we're doing to ourselves. Because as we rarely say, there is no wealth without health. And it doesn't really matter how much money you have. If you got a stack of money next to you and you're lying down and cannot even get out, then it makes no sense. So thank you for preparing us both physically as well as spiritually, so that when it gets to time for us to enjoy, we can enjoy this God-given gift from ONPASSIVE, and more importantly, be able to reach out and extend a helping hand. I also want to really thank all the leaders on these platforms that we have really for the last 2 years, whether it was by design or divine intervention, we have focused on this idea of getting our mindsets ready. Because if we don't get our mindsets ready, we will probably just get hit by a fast-moving train, and we would not know what to do, and it would be a shame to lose this particular opportunity that we have been blessed with. So I really want to thank each and every one of you, the coordinators of this platform. You know all yourselves. And I want to thank especially all the ambassadors who make it a duty to turn up. Because without you, there is no platform. And more importantly, those that contribute either through your text messages, your chats that you put in there, the questions you raise, or just your presence, it blesses the platform and it encourages those who are behind organizing this to feel that they are providing value and continuing to do it. Together we will succeed. I am really blessed that I have, through this journey, gained a global family. And the only way that we can go far is to go together, rather than going each and every one of us at our own pace. And maintaining our good health, maintaining a sound mind are some of those things that will allow us to go together and go far. Thank you very much once more, and I wish you a blessed evening. Over to you, my Queen B.
Thank you so much, my King J. Welcome again. Welcome. Our Lord was with you when you guys left here and went to Cameroon, and he brought you guys back safely. And we want to say happy birthday again to Papa. Thank you for coming. Yes, brother. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. All right. Brand Ambassador Franklin. Brother Franklin, where are you? Did you just disappear? All right. You're not here, but I'm waiting for you. Brand Ambassador Divine. Could you please unmute yourself and share us your thought? Or you have any question? We are here for you.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. I want also to really thank those that have really spoken that has really blessed me a lot. But just like Dr. Pat mentioned about some of the kind of food that we've been eating, I also come from Cameroon and eating janga all the time. So I just pray that I'll be able to dissociate myself from those things and start eating in a way that I can really keep up with my health. So, but not to deviate from the discussions, but I was in one of the webinars of this the mindset, and Dr. Derek was talking about I mean, giving some kind of caution for founders not to, if you want to create something like an LLC, to hold off a little bit until when it is a time like this that we might be paying for the products to give us some kind of maybe direction on what kind of LLC to create. I don't know if Dr. Derek is still here, if he can give me some direction or some light or throw more light on it. Please.
Yeah, the direction that I was actually giving you is to go to a CPA or a certified accountant in your neck of the woods, and they will be able to advise you. What I was just saying is that the best thing to do when you start to get some good money is to keep your business separate from your personal account, right? And so that was just an advice. That was an advice. It was just a suggestion. So to get the proper advice, the best thing to do is go talk with your CPA in your neck of the woods.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Wonderful.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Divine. Thank you for sharing your thought. We love you.
No.
All right, Queen Lily, I'm going to call you next, but please let me call Engineer Mike for now, and then I'll come back to you, please. Engineer Mike, I know you have something to go. Could you please proceed?
Thank you, Dr. B. Hey, big bro. How are you? I was just listening for you to from the background, listening to all what is going on. Thank you for bringing us to speed up to this level. I'm just repeating what Dr. John said. Every day you somewhere, I have to follow you. Then shockingly for me, when I come there, they have to ask me to talk. I don't even know what to say when Jeffrey Morlock is already passing, right? So I just want to appreciate you. I mean, like, since I joined ONPASSIVE in 2020, November, I started listening to your recordings, go to your website, go to your YouTube channel, it's so inspiring. I mean, people, if somebody comes to you now and just asks you about ONPASSIVE, oh, what is ONPASSIVE? Tell the person that's not a story for today. You just tell them, go to Jeffrey Morlock's YouTube channel. Just copy their YouTube channel and send them that. If you want to know what ONPASSIVE is, go to that YouTube channel and you'll get an answer. Because we've passed all those stages, right? Now we are on that stage. I want to just tonight, please don't forget at 11 o'clock, right? 11 Eastern on the top live, something must be happening there, right? Don't forget, there's a pop-up in the back office. Go and check it. So thank you, big bro. I want to appreciate you. Appreciate the dream team and the deep dive team for consistency, okay? It's not about you coming to a webinar. It's about that webinar to be consistent from the beginning right up to this time, okay? People have started it from the beginning and they cut off in the road right to now, right? It's about consistency. You people have been so consistent, teaching, educating, building people's mindset up to this level. I just want to say thank you to you all, because you are the people who are, that's how you see we are 104 here today. Some webinars you go now, you don't even have up to 15 people. But because you people deliver value, people have to come and follow the leaders and follow the people who are speaking, right? Not all the webinars you go now, you will see up to 50 people, right? But we are on 104 now. So I just want to thank all the team, Dr. Pat, Dr. Derek, Dr. John, Mama Debbie, Dr. Benny. Oh, who are they? I'm not seeing all the faces. Our brother Alfred. Where are all the ladies? Aisha, oh, Mama Arikwede, Sister Well, all the ladies, I'm not seeing them on here. Where did they go to? I'm looking at them. Okay. Mama Debbie, where are your partners?
It's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. in Nigeria. So
okay.
Nigerian team is sleeping, and Sister Irene is here. She just came back from work, but she's behind the camera.
Perfect. So welcome. I just want to thank all of them. All these teams, it's consistency, right? So big bro, I give you a big shout out all the time. I'll follow you to hear what you say. Even on passive, big brother Michael Williams, the marketing that you people are educating us on. So I just want to thank everybody. I'm going to my live now, so thank you everybody.
Thank you so much, Engineer Michael. We appreciate you. See you soon. All right. Brand ambassador, the only one and only, hey, Queen Lily, the one that everybody loves. Proceed, Queen Lily.
Thank you, Dr. Benny, and the one that loves everybody. I want to not repeat anything that has been said. I just want to say ditto, ditto, because every comment that was made was very good. I just want to say thanks to Queen JW and Dr. Derek for the health information that you shared and that you have been sharing with us. And guess what? I'm at the point that I don't want meat anymore. I don't even want meat. I'm tired of meat. So I'm getting there. I'm almost there. And Dr. Jeffrey, I call you Dr. Jeffrey, Mr. Murdoch. I don't know if you remember or not, but back when North Carolina had its get-together, I met you there, and you were just as good then as you were tonight. And it's nice seeing you again and to hearing your awesome words that you always give when you talk with us. Thank you so much for being with us. And to this little, they're so cute. These two doctors, Dr. Patient and Dr. John, they are so cute together. And I just admire them. I just love them. And it's so funny how when Dr. Patient says something, Dr. John doesn't mind coming right behind her. And it's just so cute. I just want you all to know that I enjoy you. I love you. And it's a real pleasure. Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Queen Lily. You know, I love the Dr. John and Dr. P.
Yeah.
Because they love one another.
Yeah.
You know, if the way they behave, I don't think nobody. See, if all married couples can behave like them, there will be no divorce.
That's right.
I'm serious.
They are so cute.
Yeah.
They are cute.
Thank you so
Don't
much.
Don't make a black woman blush.
I know. I just admire you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Brother Franklin, are you available now, please? Please unmute yourself if you're available. Unmute. Brother Franklin.
Yeah.
Proceed, brother, please. Yes, please. Proceed.
Wow. I really love what to say. This webinar for today, I was at work, but I missed a lot. I just wanted to use this opportunity to thank all the leaders. I mean, this is one of the best platforms that I've been learning a lot from this platform. Since I think who introduced me to this platform was it Dr. Benny or Dr. Pesha? I think both of you guys introduced me to this platform. I've learned a lot from you guys, Dr. Benny. Then today again, I've learned from Mama Jacqueline. Mama Jacqueline has taught us a lot, but there's a question. I just wanted to thank you, all the leaders, Dr. Patient, Dr. Benny, Dr. John, Mama Debbie, Jeff, Morlock, all of you, the leaders, there are a lot of leaders. I just wanted to thank you guys for the wonderful job you guys do to educate us, to help us. So I had one question for Mama Jacqueline. Concerning what Mama Jacqueline was saying, I wanted to ask that in the Bible, in the book of Leviticus, when we talk of unclean animals, but those who are Christians, sorry for this question, because it's something in the Old Testament and New Testament. But for those that are Christians, the New Testament says that those things that were unclean, through the blood of Jesus, those things, when you pray, you sanctify those things with the blood of Jesus. They are clean now. So I don't really understand that. Do we still maintain those laws in the Old Testament for animals? Because there's a lot of animals that it says we shouldn't eat. The New Testament, people are eating it because it shows that by the blood of Jesus, everything was being sanctified. It was being transformed. So those things that people eat. So that's just my question. I just need some little clarification, whether from Dr. Derek or Mama Jacqueline or anybody else could give me some little bit explanation on that. Thank you.
Okay. That clarification is some very, very deep studies. All right. And so it would be best that we do it. It is best that we do it maybe outside of this meeting, because I wouldn't want to just be telling you something. All right. I would prefer that we, as according to the word, that we are to search the scriptures. But what I can say quickly is that a lot of time we take the word out of context. And that is very dangerous when we take the word out of context. And with that passage of scripture, that's what is being done by a lot of theologians. They take it out of context. Just like, in other words, we have to read the entire. Sometimes when we just read one little verse, as I said, it's out of context. Because, take for instance, you just read a few little words or a verse, and it says, like, Judas went and hung himself. And you finish there, and you read another little passage of scripture. Go and do likewise. And you close it up and open it up back again. And a little passage of scripture say, whatever thou doest, do it quickly. And so, if you are looking at it in that context, then it is telling you that what Judas did, you need to do that. And you need to do it quickly. So we cannot afford to really take the word out of context. We have to leave everything in context. And so it is best that we read the entire chapter in order to get the proper context that is being discussed in. So you and I would need to sit down and look at it properly so you can get the context. Okay?
All right. Hopefully he will do that. I think he's at work. No problem. Let me continue with Brother Diva, right? Could you please unmute yourself, brother?
Okay, thank you, everybody. And very good morning from my side, because in India, the good morning is going on. So, and I'm especially thankful to Dr. Derek and Jeffrey sir, and all the brothers and sisters, the lovely brothers and sisters. They all are really incredible. And the most important thing is that today, just I think hardly 1 hour before, we have got a very special news from the OES. And that is absolutely gives a fabulous, information. I do believe, and we are hoping for the best, and we are looking forward with the great optimism. And what about to the information and all the things? It must go a very unique. I must believe in it. And if we talk about Dr. Derek and Jeffrey and all those, distinguished, and they also keep telling us all the do's and don'ts. And I do believe personally that they all are, working together and fighting together to keep us updating. And most importantly, they're just not only working for that, but they actually live for that, because they are made for this. It is my own, opinion, and I feel that they all are, so much, wonderful. What to say about Dr. Derek is every time spectacular, and he used to, give all the information regarding, ONPASSIVE and everything, and they also concern about, betterment of the, all the, what to say, that founders, and they, from time to time, they just keep telling us how to, treat, what to do, what not to do, and especially, and there are so much, love, and peace is also there, and I do believe that this is one of the best platform. Whenever I'm coming here, I believe that yes, this is a most democratic, way of saying anything, and expressing their own opinions and everything. And especially, I'm so mesmerized to Dr. Benny, because very so lovingly, and she's always, inviting the way. So overall, if I say that, I'm not going to say much more information, but I'm just want to, express my feelings today, because information is a different thing, but feeling is somehow different thing. So I just want to, congratulate as well as give you the best wishes, because I know that what the importance you are having in the field of, ONPASSIVE, and everybody is just, crazy about you. People just want to listen you. People want to know much more things from you and from your, divine, power. So I'm really blessed that I'm also a part of you all, and I really thankful to you that you have given me such a wonderful and a very enthusiastic opportunity, have some words and share with you. And I do hope that today we are going to rock, and today must be the most awaited thing is, I do hope that it will come. So I'm really thankful once again from the bottom of my heart that you have given me all those, opportunity to at least, share our feelings and everything. So best of luck, and just keep rocking. So thank you, and yes, Dr. Ben, over to you.
Thank you so much, Brother Diffia. We always appreciate having you on the platform. It's always an honor listening to you to contribute as well. And thanks again. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week. We'll repeat the same thing over and over, but different topic for next week. Just a reminder that we're having a corporate webinar at 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We have one more speaker.
And in Indian time, I must say from here that in Indian time, 8:30 a.m. in morning, because here the morning is already there. So just keep this time very, specific, that 8:30 is a lifetime. So you have to be over there. So thank you for that.
Thank you too. So we'll have one speaker and we'll give people some time to go and get ready for the next webinar. Queen Sister Dr. Patience. I don't know if she's available. Let me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking and somebody muted me again. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for a great session. For my Cameroonian brothers and sisters, I still have one thing to say. Achu soup is alkaline. But what make it not alkaline is dankanda and belekau that we put in it. So maybe we should try and do achu soup with mushroom. Mushroom is very good for you. You have Selamin or something like that. Okay, I'll find out. Mushroom is very good for you. So try to use mushroom. So achu soup with nkanda and bele is just like you have vegetables and you slap a lot of butter on it. So you take a healthy vegetable, you make it unhealthy, you put a lot of butter in it. And I've seen people make vegetable and they have a lot of butter in it. It defeats the purpose. So that's how that our achu soup, which is alkaline, we turn it to a little bit of acidic because of nkanda and belekau. So Dr. Benny, nkanda and belekau is not really good for you. Try to go to mushroom. Anyway, I just wanted to add that we have a good alkaline soup called achu soup. When COVID was even on, people were using it to keep their body good. Let's try to do it, but without nkanda and belekau. Thanks a lot, Dr. Derek and Co. Thanks a lot, Brother Jeffrey. Thank you, JW, for a wonderful session. We've learned a lot, and let's keep getting there. Queen Lily just told us that she's there. And Queen Lily, I agree with you. I'm getting off the red meat. Now the chicken, I'm almost getting out. So very soon I will just be in a mushroom. So I'm walking towards it, Dr. Derek. I'm walking towards it. Njanga will be the biggest one, but we'll get it there. We have the mindset, because Deep Dive have given us that mindset to take that bold step, to make that change for our health. If we spend a lot of time on our car, we take it for services, we put the right engine oil there, we put the right gasoline there. I think we can take the same approach for our body. Yeah, we should take the same approach for our body. So that's this has been very useful and very, very meaningful, and actually it's helped a lot of people. Even though sometimes I come here and I joke, but these sessions with everybody, now see, because of this sharing, I know Dr. Derek stopped eating all these scavengers a long time ago. Right, Jeffrey stopped, Queen Lilia stopped, and I'm like, if this people can stop, why not me? So trust me, we are learning from each other, and we are getting that. What was the word I want to use? That vibe, that courage, that encouragement from people that have done it and they look healthy and they look okay. All right, so let's keep working towards that. Let's be healthy together and do the correction on the corruption together in good health. I want all of us to be walking on our 2 feet, not on wheelchair. That's my prayer for everybody. Thank you. And for those that want to go to deep scripture, contact Dr. Derek. Call him. He'll go into deep scripture with you. Thank you all for this night. Wonderful night. It's really brought me back to health. Trust me, you have really brought myself out. And I'm happy because by next week, I think I will be my bubbly self again in front of the camera, shouting on passive, fire, 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 fire. And I don't have Brother Jeffrey voice yet, but I'm going to work towards it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. P. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. I appreciate you for your comments as always. All right. At this stage, we're going to call on Dr. Derek, then, Brother Jeffrey, then Dr. Derek. so we can wrap up and close the webinar officially before we get ready for after party if Dr. Derek thinks we should have one, or get ready for the corporate webinar. Is that okay with you, Dr. Derek?
Just allow King Jeffrey to speak. That's all right. Let him close, and then you can close the meeting. That's all right. Yeah, because we do want to do a little after party before the hour.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, at this stage, all right, Brother Jeffrey, thank you so much once more for gracing Deep Dive with your presence today and hanging out with us for the last 2 hours. And it was so great listening to you. Please give us your final words as we're going to end for the day. And we look forward to having you for several of them in the future, your schedule permitting.
Well, thank you so very much. I've really had fun and learned some stuff tonight. I thought this was excellent. Excellent. Of course, it always is. I really don't have a lot more to say except, I mean, you keep your heart and your head in the right place. Do what's right because it's right. Dr. Patience was talking earlier, and there were some other folks that were talking about some of the things that we take into our system. And it may have been Lily. Man, I'm sorry. I forget who it was, but she said, it's gotten to where I don't even eat meat and I don't want to have meat. Your body will tell you, when you start making changes, your body will tell you when it's time to do certain things. And at some point, if you start making these changes, one day you're going to wake up and go, I really don't want that meat. I'm going to go somewhere else. And your body will get you to do something else. I mean, it's not going to thump you in the head and make you look funny in the mirror and talk to you, but it'll let you know. So everything starts with a single step, whether it's here with ONPASSIVE and whether you're moving into your success in the future, or whether you're using advice from tonight to start on a diet or whatever. But everything starts with getting your head right and making that first step mentally, because once you do that, then everything else tends to follow. So just enjoy it. Look forward to what we've got going on with ONPASSIVE. Try to make tonight's webinar if you can. And other than that, thank you so very much, Deb. I certainly appreciate being here, all of you. I mean, this is an incredible platform, and I really enjoy it. And I'm so thankful that you've allowed me to be included in some of the stuff you're doing. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Jeffrey. We truly appreciate you. So thank you once more to our live viewers. We appreciate you joining us today.